station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Dear Dad, I love you a lot and appreciate everything you did for me and this family. I wish things didn't happen.
Tonight on DC News Now at 5, remembering a hero, how the community paid tribute to Metro worker Robert Cunningham, who lost his own life saving others. Also, a high-end heist, what police are saying after a flash mob robs a posh DC store. And stretching your dollar. While some prices are coming down due to inflation falling, we're taking a closer look at where costs have crept up and how you can save.
And it was an absolutely gorgeous day out there with the sunshine and warm temperatures combined. But the question is, will these same conditions last through the rest of the week? We'll have a check of the forecast here in just a bit.
Thank you, Damon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. Many people will remember him as a hero. Robert Cunningham gave his life to save others during this month's shooting at the Potomac Avenue Metro Station. Others know the 64-year-old Metro mechanic as a husband, father, and friend. And they gathered today to say goodbye. And I think we're now joined by Dave Laval, who is out there near where the attack took place earlier this month. And Dave, obviously it had to be a very emotional experience for those who knew him and loved him.
Indeed, it has, Mark. This is where Robert Cunningham worked and where the 64-year-old Metro employee died as he gave his life to protect passengers and co-workers. Friends told me they're not surprised by what Cunningham did, and they said goodbye in a unique way. These Metro buses arrive at the Potomac Avenue station, but they do not stop. 3 buses slow down as they're part of a rolling tribute to Robert Cunningham, the Metro employee who sacrificed his life during the February 1st attack that wounded 3 people. The buses, filled with family and friends, make their way a few blocks along Potomac Avenue to the Congressional Cemetery.
Remember all the good Robert has done.
Mourners gathered to say goodbye to the man who prevented more loss of life in the attack.
Dear Dad, I love you a lot and appreciate everything you did for me and this family.
Cunningham's son Anthony reads a letter he wrote to his father.
I wish things didn't have to happen this way and that you could have gone peacefully. I wish that I could have spent more time with you and appreciate you more.
Robert is a great person. Do anything for you, go out his way for you.
Quentin Dawson worked with Cunningham for nearly 2 decades.
This guy has no malice, bad, anything in him. Do anything for you. Loved his family. Loved his family.
It seems like I've known him for so long.
The ceremony also drew those who did not know Robert Cunningham. Beth Karen wanted to present the family with a flower.
This is our neighborhood, and this is the Metro I take, and I would have been there that morning if I hadn't decided at the last minute to stay home. So I am just so grateful that there are good people out there who are trying hard to keep our world safe.
There are many ways to describe Robert Cunningham: family man, friend, and even stranger. Yet on this day, you can add another word: hero. Besides the flowers at the gravesite just several blocks from here, more flowers continue to be dropped off down below me on the train platform. We're live at the Potomac Avenue Metro Station. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
A hero indeed, Dave. Thank you. Happening tomorrow, the homeless encampment at McPherson Square gets cleared by the National Park Service. It's the district's largest with over 70 people. Mayor Bowser's administration asked to get people out faster than originally planned, citing drug use and other criminal activity. Social services will be on site offering outreach to people living in the square. And critics of the clearing say that DC doesn't have good enough solution in place, like housing, jobs, and health care to move people out of the encampments. The superintendent said that we acknowledge and appreciate the district's implementation of an immediate engagement plan to intensify service outreach to individuals who have previously refused services. Well, 3 people are displaced after a fire in a D.C. home. It happened this morning on 10th Street Northeast. Firefighters arrived on scene and put out the blaze. 2 chinchillas and a dog were removed from the home. D.C. Fire and EMS say the fire started on the second floor. Residents and their pets have found alternative housing. We're told the investigation continues. And an update tonight in a case of a married couple hit and killed on their way to vote. 47-year-old Devinder Singh of Gaithersburg has been arrested and charged. He's accused of driving under the influence when police say he ran into 65-year-old Miguel Antonio Ortiz and 70-year-old Ana Margarita Ortiz. They were crossing the street to vote last November at a school in Gaithersburg. Singh is charged with 2 counts of vehicular homicide while under the influence. Well, an update this hour in Maryland on a deadly shooting of a man in Capitol Heights. Prince George's County police say the victim is 30-year-old Brandon Avery Presson of Largo. He was found dead about this time yesterday in a shopping center parking lot at Ritchie Station Marketplace. A reward of up to $25,000 is now being offered for any information leading to an arrest and a conviction.
Suspect in this incident was located outside of the MSU campus, and it does appear that that suspect has died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We are sad to report that there have been 3 confirmed fatalities.
Michigan State University police announcing the heart-wrenching news last night. Tonight, we hear from a student who not only lived through the latest mass shooting at Michigan State, she also lived through the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting. She's now trying to enact change to prevent mass shootings. Eva Zamaras has more from our sister station in New Haven.
It is almost 1 a.m. and I am currently directly across the street from where the shootings at Michigan State occurred.
This TikTok video by Jackie Matthews has reached hundreds of thousands of people and counting. She turned to the social media platform to share her story.
The fact that this is the second mass shooting that I have now lived through is incomprehensible.
And her call to action to end gun violence. At the age of 21, Jackie has been touched by the tragedies at Michigan State University and Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I was in my 6th grade classroom and we were in lockdown for, I think it was like 6 hours or something, just with my peers. And I came home and that week we had 26 funerals in our town.
The Michigan State senior detailed to News 8 the fear and panic they felt after shots were fired on campus Monday night and the search for a gunman ensued.
Immediately checked in on all of our friends and locked the doors, was in contact with everybody that I knew and kind of just tried to keep calm.
And in those moments, Jackie says painful, traumatic memories all came flooding back.
A whole nother community is going to have to endure what my hometown community in Sandy Hook experienced.
She's now trying to do what she can to enact change. According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been nearly 70 mass shootings in 2023 alone.
I hope that those comments and the video itself goes beyond what I had ever even thought, and I hope that it gets to the right people.
Jackie is hoping to speak with Michigan's governor, as well as other lawmakers and stakeholders to tighten gun laws. She says thoughts and prayers only get you so far.
Especially after experiencing this for the second time, that's not something I'm willing to give up on.
And we now know the names of the 2 victims killed in last night's shooting. Brian Fraser is a sophomore from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, and Alexandria Werner, a junior from Clawson, Michigan. The 3rd victim's name will not be released. Officials there honoring the family's request. A high-end heist in D.C., all caught on camera. It happened at the Chanel store in City Center, D.C., and looks a lot like the flash mob robbery wave that has been crossing the country. As our Marielle Carbone reports, police are looking for more than a dozen suspects in this case.
Monday afternoon, this closed sign was posted at the Chanel store in City Center as workers inside cleaned windows and displays. It all comes after a group of up to 15 people robbed the store Sunday.
I am so frustrated with that. We do need more supervision for these children running around the streets, acting like they are little hoodlums.
The crime was all caught on this surveillance video. You can see a group of people rush in the door. Once inside, someone sets off a fire extinguisher. In the chaos, the group robs the store.
That is not helpful for our community.
Kiva Bates shops at City Center and says crimes like this could run people out of business.
Nobody wants to keep getting robbed, and they may have insurance. Yes, they are high-end retailers. However, it still affects the economy, which trickles down to the rest of us.
As somebody who shops, I don't think we're going to have retail stores anymore.
Laurel Peltier believes there's a market for these stolen luxury goods. On eBay, Chanel bags can go for thousands of dollars.
You get some really brazen people. They're going to go into a Chanel in D.C. in this really nice part and just do it. No one can catch them. And then there's buyers for it.
The center does have private security, and D.C. officers also patrol the area.
I don't want to have to walk around my city and just be nervous about what's going on, if I'm going to get jumped by a bunch of teenagers, or go to a store, a nice upscale store, and have to be bothered with a lot of riffraff.
Well, the Washington Capitals will be without their captain, Alex Ovechkin, indefinitely. Ovi is taking a leave from the team to attend to the health of a loved one. Ovechkin is not expected to be available for the rest of the week.
Life's tough, and you know, when it comes to your family and parents, and it's that's what matters. He's gonna go deal with some things right now, and you know, we support him.
Yeah, the Capitals will be without their captain beginning tonight as they go up against the Carolina Hurricanes over at Capital One Arena. Well, taking a look outside where love is in the air, and so are the warmer temperatures. I guess we were close to 60 degrees today. Let's head over now to meteorologist Damon Matson. The check on the forecast. And Damon, we're seeing some clouds outside. Does that mean there's a chance of rain?
No, not quite, Mark. It's going to be interesting as we get into the overnight hours, but at least covering that first topic today, yes, we just missed the 60-degree mark in D.C. at 59 here, but across a large portion of northern Virginia and then even into western Maryland and West Virginia, we had several 60s pop up here today on what turned out to be just a gorgeous one overall, and it especially helped being that it was Valentine's Day. Now, those temperatures as we head more into the evening time, they haven't changed much. Still very mild out there in the lower 60s to upper 50s across the board, and it's really going to stay rather nice as we go throughout the rest of your evening here. We are going to see more of those clouds. That is going to be a trend here throughout much of the overnight hours. Cloudier skies, but we do stick to those warmer temperatures, and for the most part, it is going to stay dry, at least for the time being. But as we move forward here in the rest of the week into even early next week, well, you notice the trend that we're still holding to here, folks. It is still going to be very, very warm out there. The 50s, 60s, and then possibly even 70s are going to be sticking with us for the foreseeable future. And you can see the blue on the other side of the country there. Of course, out west, they are getting some of the colder air while we stay warm. But there is going to be a cool down in our near future. When could we see some cooler temperatures? And when might we run into some of that rainfall? We'll have a full check of the forecast here in just a bit.